Alright, don't mind my voice sounding a little bit off. I want to jump on and do a quick face-to-face chat with you guys. This week has been crazy between Grandpa's funeral Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Monday night I started feeling weird in my throat. And by yesterday my throat was like super swollen, could hardly, like, breathing was hard, very sore, all this stuff. So I ended up going to urgent care yesterday for a strep test. It's not strep, but definitely swollen, infected. And they had me on antibiotics and everything. So I decided, instead of posting my final decorating video this week, since I'm not going to be able to get through a full voiceover, that I'm just going to do a marathon this week. Thank you guys for being patient with me. I will have it up next week. It's just, there's no way. Just talking right now, it's painful. I'll be able to get through an entire voiceover, but I hope you enjoy this cleaning marathon. If you don't know what a cleaning marathon is, it's just me taking some of my best cleaning motivation, putting it into a nice long video. That way you guys have the motivation to get everything done. But yeah, make sure you have your notifications hit and the bell for click to view all. That way you know when I post the next decorating video. But I hope you enjoy today's cleaning marathon.
I'm holding on, if almost gone. Someday I know I'll finally make it through the gates. Just have to wait. You whisper to me, there's no maybe. There's only time for dreams even greater. I hear the call, and I close my eyes to see even clearer. I see it all. If we keep our faith. Sometimes I'm like...
Hello friends, and welcome back to Living with Cambria. Also, welcome if you are new. I am so excited you guys picked my video for your cleaning motivation today. In today's Clean With Me, we are doing a ton of deep cleaning throughout the house. I mentioned last week how we were getting Bailey neutered because after vacation he was marking a lot, and I am happy to say he has only marked once since getting home from being neutered, and we are pretty sure that is because he was still fairly drugged up from the medication. But otherwise it has been a week since that, and we have had 0 issues, which makes me very, very happy. But the reason I'm getting all this deep cleaning done is with having him neutered, I wanted to make sure to get rid of as much of the dog smell and marking scent in the house as possible. That way when he did get home, he had the best chance possible to not have those issues anymore. But I'm starting deep cleaning on my stairs. We recently put up a baby gate since Freya is completely mobile now. She's not walking, but crawling up the stairs and getting all over the place is definitely her thing nowadays. So since we put up the baby gate, I wanted to get these stairs really, really clean. If you are new here, we have a St. Bernard as well as a Siberian Husky, so fur is just a part of our life here in our house. But I recently bought these lily brushes because so many of you guys recommended them. So I'm trying it on the stairs, and it worked really, really well. The thing I like about the lily brush compared to the other one I had is it's a lot more gentle. So it does make it that it doesn't pull at the fibers nearly as much, but it does pull out so much hair that just vacuuming alone misses. So as you can see, I had a full canister of hair when I vacuumed, and then piles of hair off of every single step. I'm also going to go in and shampoo these. With putting up the baby gate, we're just making it that the dogs do not go upstairs except for at night when we go to bed, and it's keeping these stairs a lot more clean. So that's why I really wanted to go in, get them really good. I also did this first because honestly, this is normally a project I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it, but it is so overwhelming. It's such a huge project to vacuum, and then scrape every individual stair and then shampoo them. It's a lot of work. And the past couple of weeks, honestly, I haven't done it because I've been so tired from doing everything else that I'm like, I'll skip that this week. So this week I decided I wasn't going to skip it and I was going to do it first to make sure it actually got done. So another thing you guys don't often see, doesn't show up on camera, is how sweaty and red I get when doing these cleaning videos. So you're not alone if you look like this, but it's getting clean. If you were watching last week's video when I deep cleaned the dining room chairs, I mentioned how I was using my drill brush for the first time on my upholstery, and I wanted to use it in more areas just because I was so shocked at how much more dirt and everything that the drill brush was able to agitate and bring out of the carpeting. So you're going to see my drill brush a lot today. It's one of my favorite tools. Also, if you're wondering, this shampooer is my upright one. It just has the upholster attachment. It is a Bissell Pet Pro. I get the pet everything just because, once again, dogs. And then I actually use the OxiClean carpet shampoo when I use this because it just, for me, it works really well. Honestly, you have to find what works best for you. I've had some people say they liked the actual solution that comes with the machines more, and it's all a personal preference. I love the OxiClean stuff. It's the only stuff I get. But I also, and you'll see this later on, had someone on Instagram message me and tell me to put some fabric softener in it when I do my furniture, and I end up using that as well when you see me cleaning my furniture later on. And I have to say that was probably the best advice someone gave me with trying to, like I said, get rid of any dog scent or whatever. Even though the dogs aren't allowed on the furniture, they still obviously lean up against it and try and sneak on a regular basis. And the whole house just smelled so good. And that fabric softener scent really just lingered on the furniture. And it was definitely one of the best advice I have been given. So thank you for that message and that little tip you guys gave me.
Crashing in the day, blooming in the bright nights. Teenage runaways, watching every sunrise. Sleeping in the car, blame it on the moonlight. Gazing at the stars, turning all the wrongs right. And if you're lighting up my way, I'll be yours till break of day. I don't wanna close my eyes, gotta be a short night, baby, don't you wake me up. It's gonna be a short night, and if you feel like this, sing it.
Now, I also asked on Instagram, if you're not following me on Instagram, it's just living_with_Cambriea. Definitely follow me over there because I ask your guys' input a ton over there. But I asked what things you guys wanted to see deep cleaned. So later on, make sure you stay tuned because there's a ton more of deep cleaning coming up in this video, and a lot of it is things you guys personally recommended. I also have a ton more deep cleaning coming in next week's video as well, because I could not fit all your guys' requests in just one video. So thank you guys for everyone that answered me on Instagram, and I really hope you are enjoying today's video. Also, I would love to know why you guys follow me and why you watch my videos. I just find it very interesting to hear how long you've been with my channel, or just why you follow me. I have some people say it's for motivation, some people say it's for relaxation, all sorts of things, and I want to know why you follow me. Here you can see how gross this water gets. Like I said, these drill brushes do amazing to get out dirt you didn't even know you had to get rid of. But here's a quick real life moment. Yes, the toilet seat was gross. That is life with boys, is I swear I cannot lift a toilet seat without having to wipe it. Every single time there is something on there. So real life moment here. I needed to clean the toilet seat real quick when I saw this.
You got a smile that makes the sun rise. You make it shine. But I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got...
So this is the vent that is actually right by our sliding glass doors. This one definitely gets the worst out of all of them because kids and dogs coming in and out. The dogs also eat right over in this vicinity, as well as our dining room table is right over here. So this is constantly something that I need to do at least once a year. Should probably be done more like every 6 months because it just builds up with hair. I found some dog food. I found some cereal. Just a little bit of everything. It's not the easiest thing to clean out, but I know definitely for breathing and everything like that, cleaning out all of these vents will make a huge difference. I'm also going to be cleaning out the intake vents in the dining room as well, which I've never cleaned them, don't tell anyone. So I definitely need to add that onto my cleaning list at least once again yearly, but I should probably do it every 6 months. So I tried to be good and show you guys as many before and afters as I could remember to do. I often get messages about how you guys love the before and afters back to back just because it's super motivating to see it from dirty to clean, even though you see the process. To see those before and afters back to back are just very motivating to you guys. So I know I'm not the best at remembering, but I did want to try to get that in this video as much as possible for you guys. So I hope you enjoy these before and afters. If you do enjoy them, let me know. And it, like I said, when you guys tell me the things you enjoy or the things you don't enjoy, what you want to see, what you don't want to see on my channel, those all help me out. And honestly, I love your feedback. Even when you're saying, oh, I didn't love that, I do try and take your criticism as constructive as much as possible. I know it can be really hard sometimes to hear negative feedback, but I do truly believe that any feedback is good for my channel and good for you guys because I learn from it. Even if it stings a little bit when I first read it, I still learn from it. Also, all the crinkling and crazy in the background, that's just Freya who found a paper bag to play with. So, you know, the basket of toys that are like 2 feet from her, not as much fun as the sandwich bag that she was able to get, well, that's way more fun. Cleaning out these vents was probably the most satisfying because I did not realize how bad they had gotten. So to know that I got all that dust out of my house and we're not going to be breathing that in anymore definitely just gave me a big like sigh of relief. I really hope you guys are enjoying today's deep cleaning motivation, and definitely let me know if you are, and if there's other areas I may not have thought about cleaning that you've never seen me clean on my channel. Let me know in the comments, because I will try and tackle any area you guys give me. Like I said, I have more deep cleaning to come because you guys have already left so many suggestions that this is just the first video of at least 2, if not more. The more ideas you give me, the more I will go. I make these videos for you guys, and I want to motivate you guys. And the best way to do that is getting the info directly from you and what you guys want to see. Alright, so I know I might get some mommy judgment here, but I am the type of mom that I don't care if my kids eat on the furniture. So needless to say, under my sofa gets pretty bad. This has to be done very regularly just because between dog hair that sneaks up in there and then cereal and chips and things like that, it just gets really messy really fast. But I don't really care. It's one of those things of I let the kids be kids, and if I have to clean it up, to me that's not as important as just letting the kids be kids. I would rather clean up messes than have a perfectly clean home with no kids. So that's just kind of the way I look at it. I definitely grew up in a house where my mom didn't allow us to eat in the family room, which is totally okay. I feel like you do what's best for you and your family. This is just one thing that it doesn't really bother me, so I just allow it. Also, you're going to notice you see Freya a lot more in my videos. Her nap schedule has completely changed, and she's taking a lot shorter and a lot less naps. So that is why you will see my little shadow a lot throughout this video. I used to try and film when she was napping, but it's gotten to a point where there's no way for me to only film when she is napping. I just don't have enough time to get everything on my list done. So If you love seeing her, it's awesome because you're going to see her a whole lot more because when she's up, she is by mom 24/7.
You are kryptonite. I am burning up inside. You are kryptonite, and I am burning up inside.
So, 2 reasons I am starting with the back of the couch. One, this was one of the areas Bailey liked to mark. Now, not specifically on the couch, but right next to the couch. And just in case there was any splatter, I wanted to clean this sofa, the back sides, all really, really well. But the other reason is it's really easy is to start with the cushions. And then you're so tired from doing it that you don't want to do the rest of the sofa. So I am starting with the back and the sides. That way I can't just stop. Like, you're not going to do the back and the sides and then not the cushions. So that is why I am starting on the sides. Sorry for giggling. Watching Freya just like all up in my business just makes me laugh. She is climbing all over me, all over the furniture, but she's a really good baby, so it doesn't mind me. So sorry if I giggle while watching this back, but seeing her just like, what are you doing, Mom? I want to help, Mom. It just makes me laugh.
You either like me or you don't. I don't care, no, not at all. Don't like me now, you never will. If you do, you'll get a thrill. Either like me or you don't. I'm looking crazy that you don't know. What's on the inside never shows. You either like me or you don't. I don't care, no, not at all. Either like me or you don't. Wanted to end it all quickly. Lately you making me choke. Might end up pretty unpretty, 'cause I tend to leave before you know. Thinking about leaving the city. Lately it's making me choke. Don't give a damn if I'm silly. If I choose to go, then I'll be gone. You can choose to win or lose. I give you the choice. The world is black or white, either or. You either like me or you don't. I don't care, no, not at all. Don't like me now, you never will. If you do, you'll get a thrill. Either like me or you don't. I'm looking crazy that you don't know.
So I don't do this often. I often forget, but I figured this would be a good time to kind of introduce myself if you're a newer subscriber, or maybe this is the first video of mine that you're watching. But if you haven't figured out already, my name is Cambria. I am a mom of 3. I have 2 boys. My oldest is Xander, who will be 9 in September. And then we have Bjorn, who will be 6 in September. And then little Miss Freya, who you see mostly in my videos, because like I said, she's a shadow. She will be a year next month. I cannot believe she is already almost 1 year old. Time goes way too fast. Make sure you hug your babies because it is crazy how quickly they grow up. But I am 30 years old and have been married to my husband for going on 11 years. It'll be 11 years July 24th. So we have been together for a very long time. Not high school sweethearts, but we met when I was 18 years old, going on 19, and got married very quickly after. I'm a firm believer of when you know, you know. But we currently live in Wisconsin. If you're familiar with Wisconsin, we live in between Milwaukee and Madison. We're almost directly in between those two major cities. But in the next year, we are hoping to move to Florida once my husband has completely retired from the military. He has over 20 years, and he is currently working on a med board, and then he will be out. If you don't know what a med board is, it's basically making sure he gets the compensation for all of his injuries from his over 20 years and multiple tours overseas.
I never knew love could be so sweet. I never knew it would sting. I never knew love like this would leave me in pieces. Oh, Emily, when did you fall right out of love? Oh, Emily, when did the magic stop for us? Oh, but Emily, you are the part of me I feel.
Now, if you haven't noticed, Freya has gone missing at this point. I had actually taken a quick break, fed her real quick, and then she went down for her nap. So that's why you don't see her crawling around anymore. She was napping at this point, which means I was going to have to clean up her toys. That is one of those things that has to be done regularly, multiple times a day. That's just with having kids. I've mentioned before where I focus on having a clean house more than a tidy house, honestly, because with kids, your house is going to get messy. And I feel like it's not worth stressing over the little things. As long as your house is clean, don't worry about it being tidy all the time. It's just a uphill battle at that point. I am just like everyone else, and I will clean a room and have it looking so nice, but easily within 10 minutes, it's completely destroyed again. Blankets are out, pillows are on the floor, toys are out, because that's just life of being a mom, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. So sometimes it's better to pick your battles with kids, and in that case, my battle is normally keeping the house clean rather than tidy. I do obviously throughout the day pick up and tidy up, but it's not one of those things where I want to be on the kids about constantly making sure everything they're doing is perfectly picked up and clean, because that's no fun for me as a mom to constantly be harping on the kids, and it's definitely no fun for the kids to constantly have mom harping on them.
Oh, Emily, when did the magic stop for us? Oh, Emily, when did you fall right out of love? Oh, Emily, when did the magic stop for us? Oh, but Emily, you are the part of me I feel. It will kill me when you leave and close my door. Oh, Emily. Oh, but Emily, you are the part of me I feel. It will kill me when you leave and close my door. Oh, Emily.
And once again, you can see just how gross the water got just from doing that sofa alone. It's insane. I ended up soaking this container in bleach water overnight just to really get it clean. If you have a similar carpet shampooer and know how to actually take this apart to clean it, I would love to know. I know how to clean the bristles and that portion, but the actual tank, I can't figure out. So I just soaked it. As you can see, it was in the sink. So I put put it away because I knew I was going to be using it again. But this is actually the next day. I wanted to go in and give the kitchen a good clean and just get some more stuff done. I don't know if I mentioned in the beginning of this video, but doing all this deep cleaning actually took place over 3 full days. I am using on my cabinets Pledge. Actually, I've never used Pledge before, and I know that probably sounds crazy because when you think of cleaning wood, you use Pledge. I usually use the Method Wood for Good because I adore that stuff. However, I have not been able to get it, and I really needed to clean these cabinets, so I wanted to try out the Pledge. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of it. I feel like it was too oily, and it was hard to make sure it was completely like wiped in and cleaned up. It did smell really nice, and it did in the end make the cabinets look really nice. But I feel like it took a lot of extra work to make sure it was fully in there and it wasn't streaky.
The promised lands to find my path, see the planet from greater heights. I have found a place out of time and space, far from city lights, up on greater heights. And I'm flying alone now. And nothing is holding me down now. I'm flying alone now. And nothing is holding me down now.
So I had someone the other day when I shared a story on my Instagram of the pile of fur from grooming Drake, that fur in her house is like glitter. And that just made me giggle because that is totally the perfect description of fur. If you are a pet owner, especially a pet owner to animals that are like St. Bernards and Siberian Huskies, this time of year is huge. Like, they are losing their undercoat and their winter coat, and there's hair everywhere all the time. So yes, fur is definitely the glitter of my home as well. As you can see here, I vacuum with my handheld vacuum at least once a day, and we have a robot vacuum that I have go as well. But honestly, all they have to do is look at the floors and they're dirty again. But I always know if I'm going to mop that I need to vacuum and mop right away. Otherwise, there's going to literally be fur on it the second they come into that room. But after I did a quick cleanup in the kitchen, I wanted to move on to these side chairs. Shampooing stuff is a lot of work, which is why I broke this into multiple days, because honestly, after doing the stairs and then the sofa and stuff like that, like, I was done on day 1. So going into day 2 to finish off these chairs do not get that bad just because they don't get used on a regular basis. As a family, we normally sit on the sofa together. These only get used when family and friends are visiting and we need the extra seating. So that's why these don't look nearly as bad as the rest of the house. But if you are ever afraid of getting furniture like this, I have these chairs as well as my dining room chairs are the same material. Using the carpet shampooer with the drill attachment is your best friend. My dining room chairs, if you saw in last week's video, get really gross, but I can get them looking practically brand new. So that's why this lighter furniture doesn't worry me, because I know I can get it clean in the long run, and I don't mind the little bit of extra work to have the look and cohesiveness of what I like in the house. Obviously, that is completely personal preference. Some people like the darker furniture because it hides a lot more. I like the lighter furniture because I like things to be as light and bright as possible.
'Cause all you need is someone true like you are. 'Cause all you need is somebody. 'Cause all you need
And then here you can see, like I said before, the water from the chairs weren't nearly as dirty as the rest of the house, but still enough that it felt good to get it clean. I then did decide I wanted to do a good cleaning of our half bath, just because this is the bathroom that everyone sees when they come to visit. And like I said before, there's constantly pee. I know that's gross, but that's the honest truth. There's constantly pee all over the toilet and everything. So I wanted to go in there and not just clean the toilet and stuff, but I wanted to actually clean the walls, because if you're a boy mom, or you could just be in a relationship with a man in general, you realize they don't have always the best of aim. So I wanted to make sure to not just get the floors and the toilet done, but all the walls around it as well. I also wanted to pull off this vent. Bailey loves to sleep in this bathroom. I'm not really sure why, other than this vent is here, and I think he just gets warm and this bathroom stays nice and cold. But as you can see, it was really not that bad at all. So I did a quick vacuum of it to get the little bit of dust on it. But I think because this was an exhaust fan, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it wasn't an intake one, that it wasn't nearly as bad as the ones in the dining room.
Don't you know I waited such a long time? Can't you see I wanted it to be us now? Darling, if you knew how this would turn out, we let the stars shine bright. Yeah, I've been waiting too long for ya. I don't wanna love ya if you don't love me back. Kept me far away from my focus, and to my heart I cannot lie. Stars, made of stars, up above.
So if you're wondering what the marks are on the floor, I know I mentioned I have a St. Bernard. St. Bernards, very much like Mastiffs, are very, very drooly, and since this is where he likes to sleep, there's times that drool just gets stuck on the floor with hair and everything. So I wanted to go in and get that all the way cleaned up. Once again, just comes with being a boy mom. Not boy mom, dog mom. They are boy dogs though, to my defense. But yes, that was dog drool, because I have a very cuddly, lovable St. Bernard that is a drooly monster. But moving on to day 3, this was actually the day that Bailey was getting neutered. So since he was going to be gone most of the day, I wanted to clean these rugs, and not just typically clean them. If you follow me, I carpet shampoo them on a regular basis, but I wanted to do a thorough deep cleaning of these rugs, especially since when he was marking, these were the main areas that he was marking on, and I wanted to make sure there was no chance of him coming home and smelling himself on these rugs, especially since I had gotten some messages of people saying that neutering him wasn't going to work, which I was really hoping was not the case. I did a lot of research and everyone said that if it became a habit, it could be an issue, but if you catch it early, it's usually fine, as well as getting rid of all the scent out of your house. So that was my goal. Here you can see I was taking the same recipe I use for fabric stripping and using that on these rugs. So it's Tide laundry detergent, borax, and baking soda. And I was trying to use a power washer to really saturate these rugs. That was not working, so my husband had me just take the hose off and spray it with the hose to saturate it, because yeah, the power washer was getting it wet, but I needed it really saturated before putting on the solution. And then I was going to be going in with my drill brush again, and like I said, really making sure these rugs got all the way clean.
I'm looking for a brand new start. I know I got some trouble getting over you. I think that I've played my part. I need to get away somewhere far from you. I'ma buy plane ticket, run away by myself for a minute. I don't have any limits. Ooh. I'm looking for a place where I can feel alive, where I can let you go and just be for a while. I got you on my mind like all the time. No, I'm about, I hope I meet somebody who's better than you, that likes me for the things that I say and I do. Somebody who can help me make it through. Now I'm about, plane ticket, plane ticket, plane ticket. You said that I was not enough. You said you could do better than wasting time on me. And I admit it felt so tough. But baby, I guess this is how it's meant to be. I'ma buy plane ticket, run away to LA for a minute.
And then I wanted to go in and literally do the exact same process, but with our dining room rugs. So going in here, vacuuming it, bringing it outside. I ended up letting these rugs sit outside for between an hour and 2 hours. I knew I wanted to let them sit for a minimum of an hour to really let that solution soak in, pull out any of the dirt and grime and whatever. Oh, sorry for giggling. Seeing Freya watching these videos back, just, I don't know, it makes me laugh that she's like always there. But like I said, she is definitely at that age where she's up a lot more and she just wants to be my mom. So if you see her in the videos and hear her in the background of my voiceovers, just know it's her saying hi. Also, all the outlets in our house have been covered with safety covers, so I know she was reaching for one of those. Just know they are all covered because I don't want a fried baby. That would be very, very sad. So they have all been covered and made baby-proofed again. I haven't needed to do that in a couple years, but like I said, now that she's more mobile, definitely need to get in and baby-proof the house as much as possible. There was something very satisfying and therapeutic about drilling these rugs with the soapy solution and seeing all the dirt pull up out of them. I actually really enjoyed this. My back didn't enjoy it so much by the end of it, but doing the process really was just satisfying to see it all come together and get really, really clean. But as I let these sit outside, like I said, I let them sit outside for between an hour and 2 hours. I wanted to go inside and clean the floors really well. I like to use most of the time about a teaspoon of Tide with really hot water for my mopping solution. However, I do love trying new cleaning products, so I have also used my old like ride or die used to literally just be vinegar, water, and then like a little squirt of dish soap. That works really well as well. Or for quick mop jobs, the Bona solution I really like with their refillable spray mop. I have that as well. Those are things that I use when I'm looking to do just like a really quick clean. Like I have someone coming over and I only have an hour before they get here. That's what I will use, and I really enjoy that as well. So if you're someone that doesn't like the smell of vinegar, maybe try the Tide, and if you don't like that, maybe try the Bona. Like I said, I like to switch it up sometimes. Sometimes I just get bored and want to try something new. But yeah, I've tried a lot of different ways. Those are my 3 preferred ways of mopping, and I kind of pick and choose how I do it based off of why I'm mopping. So if I'm mopping because the dogs had an accident, I'm going to use the vinegar. If I'm just mopping on a regular basis, it's usually the Tide. And then if it's a quick speed mop, that's when I will use my Bona refillable spray mop for like those last minute guests that come in. Also, here you finally get to see my boys. They are huge helps when I need it. So both of them were helping me move the furniture so I could do the family room as well. So Xander's the one running around without a shirt, and Bjorn is the one in the blue shirt. And as you can see, I am watching one of my good friends on the TV, Amanda from This Crazy Life. I absolutely adore her. You guys will notice in a lot of my videos, if you look on the TV at what's on, it's either going to be something for the kids or it's going to be some sort of cleaning motivation, because I watch it as well to get motivated to get up and do what needs to be done.
Met before, it's the same as always, waiting at the airport with your coat and gloves, same time every winter, smiling like you knew me. And now all my emotions are searching for you in places we've never been. Now I'm starting to realize the chance I've been given, but I am so afraid.
And then after the rugs had sat for, like I said, between an hour and 2, I went out there with the power washer. That way I could try and force as much of that soap solution out of the rug as possible. I went over this a couple of times to make sure it was really, really well rinsed. And then I end up going in with the squeegee side of my window cleaner to pull out as much water as possible. Luckily, it was a beautiful day on this day, plus I started this right away in the morning. Bailey had to be dropped off by, it was 8 a.m. So literally right when I got back from dropping him off at the vet is when I started working on these rugs. That way they had all day to sit outside and really dry and make sure they were good before bringing them back into the house. And then after squeegeeing them, I brought out the carpet shampooer. There was nothing in it. It was purely just to pull up, once again, more of the water. I wanted as much of that dirty water to come out of the rugs as possible. However, I will say the first couple strokes of going through it, I had to empty this so many times because there was so much water left in it. So you're going to see me stopping a lot to empty the basin, but this worked really well. I was contemplating using the shop vac, and honestly that probably would have worked a lot better because I wouldn't have had to worry about emptying it over and over again, except we use our shop vac outside, so it was dirty, so I would have had to go through the process of cleaning the shop vac to finish up the rugs, and I just honestly didn't want to do that. So that's why I brought the carpet shampooer out. One thing I did not end up showing in this video is after about an hour later, after pulling all this liquid out, I ended up going back over the rugs with the carpet shampooer with just water in it to try and get even more soap solution out of the rugs if there was any left in it. Like I said, I wanted to make sure it was very, very well rinsed out. So going over this multiple times, this is definitely a full day project. So if you're going to tackle this, make sure it's a nice, beautiful, sunny day. If you have a fence, putting these rugs on the fence to dry would be even better. I don't have a fence, but like I said, I started early in the morning. It was a warm 70-something degree day, sunny, so it wasn't too bad to just let these sit on the driveway. I did make sure that the driveway was blown off and clean as well, though, before doing this also. There is a lot of prep work, but if your rugs are really, really bad, this is definitely a way to save your rugs without having to spend a couple $100s to buy brand new ones. Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. Also, if you are new here, I would love if you would subscribe and join me here on YouTube. I do a ton of cleaning motivation videos, so if you like that with some mommy content thrown in there, this is definitely a channel you're going to love to subscribe to. And here are some quick afters. This is the next day with everything put back in place, clean and ready to go. But I will see you guys next time. Bye!
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast, and every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars.
Hello friends, and welcome back to Living with Cambria. Also, welcome if you are new. I am so glad you decided to join me in today's cleaning motivation. We have a video full of deep cleaning. I did most of our deep cleaning actually in the bedroom this week. However, I am starting off my day straightening up the downstairs while Freya was still up. I knew the bedroom was going to take 90% of the day, so I wanted to get the downstairs as clean as possible before heading up there to get even more cleaning done.
Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do. We can sleep under the stars or hang out in hotel bars. We can sleep under the stars. Oh, the stars. Oh, the stars. We can do what we like.
Last video, I know I mentioned that you guys are definitely seeing Freya a lot more in these videos purely because trying to work around her nap schedule is a lot more difficult as she gets older, but I know that's just real life here. Everyone is always asking about routines and schedules and stuff like that, and honestly, when you have little kids, it's kind of hard to keep any routine in place. I feel like often, especially with littles, it's more of like survival mode, and that's kind of where I'm at. So you definitely see her a lot more. However, I did try and film this video a little bit differently for you guys because you wanted to see more real life, more what it looks like when I'm trying to get things done, filming and cleaning. So throughout this video, you will see, like, I let you know when I take those breaks, when I'm doing other stuff, to kind of show you that it's not all done at one time, and I definitely have to pace myself. That way I can still take care of the kids and do all the other projects that I have going on throughout an entire day.
Gotta make it fast, right? Next to this black fire, it's just you and I now. Oh, just make me move right. Don't stop for nothing till you're in my bloodstream. Oh, chemicals, get 'em moving. I can feel your blood. Keep it flowing, make it one more time, and then I do it again. Let you in under my skin.
What I don't think you see behind the scenes is this little one had been climbing up on me the whole time. Are you hungry? She's getting hungry and tired. So I'm gonna feed her and then finish up. It'll give that time to dry and whatnot, but she was climbing all over my legs when I'm trying to wash those dishes.
We can do this faster, wrap it up skin tight, blessing or sin right. Come a little closer, wanna feel you harder, gotta take it further. Oh, chemicals, get it moving, we got juxtaposed body fluids and the black fire burns, and then we do it again, again, again. Chemicals, keep moving, I can feel your blood, keep flowing, do it one more time, and then we do it again. Let you in under my skin.
This Mrs. Meyer's cream cleanser is definitely my favorite way to clean the stove. However, I had a couple really burnt on spots. The funny thing is when I get really burnt on spots, it's normally water that overflows. Don't ask me why that's the things that like get really stuck on the glass stoves, but it is. So I'm just using the Bobby to kind of break that up even more with an abrasive sponge. Normally all I need is that cream cleanser, but when there's really bad areas, I like to go in with that. Now, I'm the type that I like to actually clean my stove in the morning. I don't know about you guys if you clean it at night or in the morning, but I like to clean it in the morning because I don't do a ton of cleaning at night, mainly because that's usually the time of day that as a family we all just hang out. But I asked you guys also in last week's video how to get this darn piece off my carpet shampooer. So many of you guys messaged me and I was finally able to get this off so that I could actually get it clean on the inside. This was so gross, which is exactly why I wanted to know like how I could get this piece off. So thank you guys so much for messaging me. I feel so much better now that I was actually able to scrub this thing out rather than just rinse it, which is all I was able to do for the longest time. And as you can tell, just rinsing it doesn't work that well. Now moving into our bedroom, I wanted to get all the curtains really cleaned. I try and clean these curtains about once every 6 months, especially with them being white, just the kids touching them, the dogs rubbing up against them, Bailey just shaking and having slobber go everywhere because that's just real life in our house with a St. Bernard. There's slobber markings throughout our house. I do try and stay on top of these, so I want to take all of them off in our room and in our bathroom just to get them really clean.
Every single night when I close my eyes, I can see your smile. We lose ourselves in the shadows all the time. I feel you 24/7.
Now I will say, make sure you read the directions for your specific curtains and how to wash them. Mine are fairly simple. There's nothing too like you have to be very precise on them. So I just wash them on cold with some Tide and some bleach. And then I like to add the scent beads just because I feel like when the curtains smell really good, it just helps the entire room smell really nice. But I also plan on deep cleaning our bed and our mattress today. So I am taking everything off the bed, including the mattress protector and the heated mattress pad. That way I could wash absolutely everything. And I am actually taking the Aunt Fanny's carpet refresher and using it on our bed. I've never done this before, but it has the same concept as using baking soda, so I thought it would work really well to put that on there. You're also going to notice later on that I am shampooing the base of the bed. We are literally doing a top to bottom thorough deep cleaning of this room. And to start at the top, we are doing the ceiling fan. My ceiling fan in my bedroom has to be done weekly, but realistically I forget and probably do it every couple of weeks, and it gets really bad, and I swear it's just because the dogs are always in our room. But this is something that I forget purely because when the blades are running, you don't see all the dust building up on it. And then that time I turn it off and I look up and I just realize how bad it's gotten is normally when I get to it. The other area that got really bad was behind the desk in our room. A couple days ago, we actually took the printer downstairs and completely cleaned it. However, noticed that behind the desk was just really bad. And you're going to see a close-up here. So I am moving furniture today. We are cleaning out vents. We are literally hitting this whole room, all the areas that have not been touched in a very long time.
Until we get it right. 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 Spending all my days wishing I was someone else. Now the tables are turned and I climb right out at 12. Someone granted my plea like a coin.
So last week you would have seen that I had done the air vents downstairs, but I am working my way through the entire house trying to get some deep cleaning done. So this week is why I was doing the ones in our bedroom. However, a lot of you guys mentioned getting the ducts professionally cleaned, and it's definitely something we are looking into. We have now been in this house for 4 years. So from the research I was doing, they do say every 4 to 5 years that you should have the entire ductwork completely professionally cleaned. So that is definitely something we are going to be looking into. But for now, we are just doing whatever I can reach, which honestly isn't that much when you think of how much ductwork is throughout your house. But still makes me feel a lot better to get these different air vents cleaned out.
I wanna scream and shout, keep it up all night. I wanna scream and shout, keep it up all night. I wanna scream and shout, keep it up all night. I wanna scream and shout, keep it up all night. Until we get it right. Until we get it right. Until we get it right. If I was a story to be told, and I would say it all. Oh, if I was a fire, a burning light, and I would break into the night. Come to me, come tell me how I'm wired. I know I'm about to be set on fire.
Now, I don't actually plan on going behind all the furniture with the carpet shampooer. However, since this is the side of the room that the dogs sleep on and hair likes to travel this way, I definitely wanted to get behind this area just to kind of help with any dog smell. It's one thing I pride myself on is people coming to my house and not immediately knowing we have animals. As much as I love my fur babies, I don't love my house to smell like my fur babies.
You pull me higher than the stars, and I'm just holding on. Come to me, come tell me why I reach for the sky when I fear the night. You touch me, why? And you're making me feel
So to clean the walls, I'm just doing the bottom half. Once again, this is where the dogs can reach and rub up against, or if the kids come in the room, their hands are touching and everything. So that's why I'm doing the bottom half as well as the trim work. I'm using the Zep wall cleaner. I really enjoy this stuff. You guys have seen me using it a lot recently. And then for windows, this is my Ride or Die, my world famous window cleaner I get just from Walmart. It's literally my favorite window cleaner. I've tried a couple of them, but this is my favorite. I will say though, I recently had you guys ask me about the Jaws cleaner, and I have never tried them. I have enough different cleaners that I just haven't pulled the trigger on it. I have had a lot of you guys though requesting to like get my honest opinion on it, so I recently bought the set to try it out for you guys. I'm hoping to get it in within the next week or two. I wanted to buy it for myself though, because I don't mind doing sponsored deals with different companies when I've used their products before or had some time with it. But when it comes to cleaners, I do like to have that time to give an honest opinion. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy it just because some of my favorite people love it and I trust their opinions, but I will be getting that in. It will not be a sponsored video, just my true and honest opinion on the Jaws cleaning products. The only one though I will not try out for you guys is their multi-purpose spray, and that is only because it is lavender scented and I am allergic to lavender. But all the other ones we're gonna try out, including their glass cleaner, so I'll let you know if it holds up to my favorite one.
Someone find your way when misery clouds your head. To dry your eyes, we'll touch the skies like satellites. With eyes like hawks, we roam the air. And should you lose your wings, I'll stop the fall. I won't let you break. I'll stop the fall. The surface can wait. You miss your step, run out of breath. I'll be the one to guide you. With eyes like hawks, we roam the air. Should you lose your wings, I'll stop the fall. I'll stop the fall. I won't let you break.
You guys have asked for real life, like how cleaning actually goes. It's kind of hard to film like real life, but I'm gonna take a quick second. I just had to stop because little miss woke up from her nap, and this is currently what the bedroom looks like. Normally, you wouldn't see that I took this break right now. I would just edit in where I start up again. But trying to make this more real for you guys so you see more of the process. So here it is. As you can see, my tripod, ladder is still out, bunch of stuff on the bed. Stuff isn't put back because I want that side to dry. This side's still drying, so when I take a break right now, this is currently what the bedroom looks like. So I hope this is kind of what you guys were asking for, of more of the like real life when I take breaks, get interrupted by the kids type stuff. So I'm gonna go downstairs, I'm gonna feed her, I'm going to feed the boys, and then probably get back to it in like an hour. One thing I am going to do is I'm gonna stop this before it's completely dry. And then I'm gonna go hang these up upstairs right away, because if I do it while it's still a little damp, it's not going to, I'm not gonna have to worry about having to iron them. And I don't know about you, but I don't love ironing. So I'm gonna go quickly hang those up before they start to wrinkle.
I'll walk across the room just to show you that I'm still around. Ask if you wanna meet somewhere later when the sun goes down.
So I showed this lily brush in last week's video as well as the week before that. You guys had recommended it and I have really been enjoying it. However, I did get a request to do a side-by-side comparison with my other scraping tools, so I am going to do that for you guys. But honest opinion here on the lily brush, I really enjoy it, mainly because of the versatility of it. I can use it from my bed to my carpetings to my stairs, all over the place. Where my other one, I have to be a little bit more specific. It works best on carpeting compared to anywhere, where the lily brush definitely works nice in those areas that are a little bit more delicate fabrics. That's a good way to put it that way. So I do like that about the lily brush, but I will definitely be doing a side-by-side comparison for you guys. I'm just giving, I don't do the stairs every single week. Realistically, I probably do them every other week to every 3 weeks. So once I do that, I will do that side-by-side comparison for you. You guys do know that I have been loving using my drill brush attachment to clean all my upholstery. It has honestly made my furniture look so much nicer since I started doing it this way that I'm going through the entire house getting this done. I will in a couple weeks be also doing a kitchen makeover as well as the boys' bedroom makeover. So if you guys enjoy those videos, definitely make sure your notifications are on. I have been getting some messages where people are saying that YouTube turned off the notifications, which just sometimes happens. I think it's a glitch in YouTube, so totally normal. If you have not subscribed yet though and you are enjoying today's video, I would love if you guys would subscribe and join me here. It's just a great way to stay up to date with any new content I have coming out. So if you enjoy this type of content on YouTube, I would love to have you join us.
Met before, it's the same as always, waiting at the airport with your coat and gloves, same time every winter, smiling like you knew me. And now all my emotions are searching for you in places we've never been. Now I'm starting to realize the chance I've been given, but I am so afraid. Time is standing still when you lift your suitcase, turn around and say bye. Oh, I would be a fool not to ask you gently if you stay forever. And now all my emotions are searching for you in places we've never been. Now I'm starting to realize the chance I've been given, but I am so afraid.
So before I forget, because I always get questions on my vacuums, so I am using my Shark Duo. That's my upright corded vacuum. I Love that vacuum as a overall vacuum. You guys know I have an obsession with vacuums, so I have a couple, but that one is definitely one of my favorites for an overall vacuum. And then for my handheld one, that is actually my Roborock H6. I am hoping that I can get the new H7 from Roborock for you guys. You guys know I like Roborock, and recently they came out with a new one, and I think that's why you guys haven't been able to find the H6 on Amazon anymore. I don't think they sell that one anymore. It's now the H7. So reaching out to them, hopefully they will reach back out. That way I can give a review on their new one and let you guys know what I think about the new one. I'm sure it's going to be awesome because I absolutely love this stick vacuum.
Tomorrow isn't here right now, baby. An absent mind came to roam around. Captured you in a foggy cloud, baby. Standing on my toes on the edge, I'm ready to go. See it clear when the shadows are lit, I'm ready to go. I'm taking matters into my own hands now. Let's face it, we only got this life to live out. So follow me, I'm ready to go. I'll take the lead, I'm ready to go. Bumps in the road, many obstacles. But when we fall, we get up and go, baby. The way they think is paradoxical. Captured you in a foggy cloud, baby. Standing on my toes on the edge, I'm ready to go.
So I took a quick break again, but little girl was fed, and now she's sleeping, if you can see that. And I have about an hour left before I have to go take the boys to jujitsu. So I want to get the main portion done in this last hour, and then when I get home from jujitsu later tonight, I can make the bed. That should all be out of the wash and everything, but I still have some furniture I need to move, still have some carpets I need to clean, and I have an hour left.
Even if you lose your hope, I will be there to pick you up. Even if you can't let go, I'll untie the invisible ropes that keep you down. I'm taking matters into my own hands now. Let's face it, we only got this life to live out. So follow me, I'm ready to go. I'll take the lead, I'm ready to go. Ready to go.
So I definitely don't move this furniture as much as I should. However, it is so heavy to move it on your own that it's just one of those things that just does not always happen. But with all the electronics, they attract so much dust that I do know this should probably be done more often. You'll actually see taking it out is actually easier than putting the furniture back. So I often have to literally just use my feet to kick it back into place. But I always notice a huge difference in the air quality and everything when I do actually move all the furniture, thoroughly dust, get all the dog hair out of here. I know I didn't really need to wash the walls behind the furniture either, but I figured, well, it was moved anyway, I might as well get back here, wash them. More than fingerprints or stuff like that, it's getting rid of any built up dust or residue from the furniture being pushed up against the wall.
You could do better than wasting time on me, and I admit it felt so tough, but baby, I guess this is how it's meant to be. I'ma buy plane ticket, run away to LA for a minute. There will be no limits. Ooh, ooh. I'm looking for a place where I can't feel alive, where I can let you go and just be for a while. I got you on my mind all the time. No, I'm about. Ooh, ooh. I hope I meet somebody who's better than you. They like me for the things that I say and I do. Somebody who can help me make it through. Now I'm about. Ooh, ooh. Plane ticket. Plane ticket. Plane ticket. A whole new start. I'm gonna get away from it all. A whole new start. I'm gonna get away from it all. I'ma buy a plane ticket, run away for a minute. There will be no limits. I'm looking for a place where I can feel alive, where I can let you go and just be for a while. I got you on my mind all the time. No, I'm about. Ooh, ooh. I hope I meet somebody who's better than you. They like me for the things that I say and I do. Somebody who can help me make it through. Now I'm about. Ooh, ooh. Plane ticket. Plane ticket. Plane ticket. I'm in love with all your lights and your colors. I'm in love with all your nights. But you've kept me far away from my focus, and to my heart I cannot lie. Stars made up.
So we are not sugarcoating anything. You guys know I don't sugarcoat or fluff on my channel. We all have those random stains in our mattresses. Let's be real. You don't know if it's from the kids sleeping in your bed and having an accident, that time of the month as a girl, or whatever it is. But I want to show you, this is my absolute favorite spot cleaner. I use it all the time, all over my house. I've talked about it over on Instagram as well. And I get this right on Amazon. So if you guys have carpeting, rugs, mattresses, anything in your house, this is a highly, highly recommended cleaner that I use all the time. As you can see, it cleaned up that spot super easy. It's this Folex carpet spot remover. It is amazing. So definitely check that out. I think it is a must for anyone with pets or children. I've used it on blood stains, on food stains, on literally everything, and it just works so well.
You're no longer on my mind. Sun, warming sun, and my life's just begun. Sun, under the sun, I'll be fine and you'll be gone when nothing's like home. I'm going for the gold, turning off the cruise control. much more than this. So where do you go when nothing's like home? I'm going for the gold, turning off the cruise control and taking our way home.
I've been trying hard to keep my cool, but when you're near, there's nothing that I can do. When you're walking in, I know it's true. It doesn't even matter how hard I try, 'cause when I hear your voice,
So, pretty much everything's done. Obviously, the bedding's not done yet, but 3:56. We need to leave in about 10 minutes, so I gotta get the boys ready, Freya ready, and everything so that we can go. But at least the majority, it looks really good. It's mainly just the bed and then putting away some of the cleaning tools. But here you can see, like I said, some stuff I still have to put away there. Bed's not made yet. But all the floors have been shampooed, all the furniture has been moved. Obviously not the bed. I cannot do that myself, so with Bobby being at work, that stayed. But much, much better, and it smells amazing.
say you wanna hear me call your name. Tell me that you want me, don't play that game, 'cause I'm not gonna wait here like a fool. There must be a way I can make you see that if we fell in love, we will be so sweet. But when it's you and me, nobody can bring us down, bring us down. But I don't wanna love you if you don't love me back, baby, back, baby, back, baby, back, baby, back. 'Cause I don't wanna love you if you don't love me back, baby, back, baby, back, baby, back, baby, back. Yeah, I've been waiting so long for you. Oh, I don't wanna love you if you don't love me back, love me back, baby. I don't wanna love you if you don't love me back, love me back, baby. Don't you know I waited such a long time? Can't you see I wanted it?
Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. It really does help out my channel, and I greatly appreciate each and every one of you that every week like, comment, subscribe, share, and do all the things. If you guys want to see more deep cleaning or different areas deep cleaned, let me know in the comments below exactly what you want to see. I've been trying to do this deep cleaning as much as possible because I know you guys really enjoy that. Also, if there are more products you guys want true, honest reviews on and you want me to use in my videos, let me know. I love doing that for you guys and helping you guys out. And like I said, an upcoming video, once I get the jaws cleaner, I'm gonna do a honest review of what I think about it. I know we see them all over Instagram, all over YouTube, and it's always that wonder of what someone really thinks. So I'm gonna do that for you guys. But if there's any other products, let me know in the comments below. But until next time, bye.
I wanna catch you like every time that you fall. I wanna give you the world that is outside your walls. If I was God, I would save you, take you.
Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. Also welcome if you are new. My name is Cambria and I'm a mom of 3, and on this channel we focus highly on getting our house clean and organized and updated. And in today's video we have a ton of that. I also want to thank GoSun for sponsoring today's video. But if you've been with my channel, you know me and my family were on vacation. So in today's video, there's a lot of unpacking and cleaning after vacation and different stuff like that, as well as I will be showing you some home updates and sneak peeks at future home updates in today's video. So if you are in the need for some extreme cleaning motivation, make sure you stick around And if you're new here, like I said, welcome. I hope you would subscribe and join me and my family here on my channel.
When you were leaving, I need you even more than I did before.
Like I said earlier, so we had just gotten back from vacation. This is the day after we got back. I don't know if you're like me and you give yourself a day of grace after you get home from vacation, or if you're the type that unpacks right away. I normally unpack the second day just because we drive, we don't fly. So when we get home, we are just exhausted from 21 hours in the car, family of 5. This is the next day that I'm finally putting all of our stuff away. I packed Freya and my stuff all together, so I was just taking her stuff out of there so that I could put all my stuff away. She was actually taking a nap at this time, so I just put her stuff back in the suitcase. That way when she got up later, I could work on her clothes. And then also I had to put all the boys' clothes away. Obviously Bobby does his own, but I wanted to make sure me and all the kids had all of our stuff back where it was supposed to be to make it nice and easy.
Forget about it. Simple as that, but I don't know where my heart is. Still all that I want is you. Yeah, you. You'll be the death of me still. You're my medicine. Yeah, I need it. You light my fire just to put me out again. Still I need you. I'm weak for you. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. I'm weak for you. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Now I'm trying to let you go, but I'm always losing control. Is that what you want me to do? Now I'm trying to let you go, but I'm always losing control. Is that what you want me to do? You'll be the death of me still. You're my medicine.
So as you can see, I am not like a super neat packer, especially at the end of vacation. Normally when I pack for vacation, because I'm trying to pack as much in there as possible, I'm fairly neat and organized, but by the time we're leaving, I just try to make it all fit. Luckily, when we are on vacation, we stay with my parents, so literally the day we left, we washed all of our dirty clothes. So we don't come home with any dirty clothes other than what we are wearing, which makes getting home a lot easier and a lot less stressful. I know a lot of times you come home with multiple loads of laundry you have to do immediately, and we really like the idea that we don't have to do that because we just washed everything right before leaving Mom and Dad's house.
Hey, won't you pour me another? I'm going in, so wish me good luck. Yeah, gotta put on my favorite song. I need a boost.
So we've been getting a lot of questions lately about our move. If you follow us on our family vlog channel, which is Cambriea and Bobby, I have that linked in our description. We shared some house hunting videos while we were in Florida, as well as we just did a recent Q&A about why we are moving, where we're looking to move, time frame, and everything. But the big question is why? So Bobby and I have wanted to move pretty much since we've been together. However, it just wasn't the right time. But Bobby is coming up on retirement. He has over 20 years in the military, and he is currently just waiting on his med board. He did sustain some injuries while overseas, so we are waiting for that to go through. So we will not be moving for 6 months to a year, but we are getting ready. So I'm super excited about these GoSun smart outlets and smart switches, because I feel like nowadays anything smart home people are super into, and these are just really cool. GoSun is definitely the brand forging in the smart home era. GoSun actually sent us some smart light bulbs, some smart switches, as well as a smart like power switch. and I'm going to show you guys all of that today. We did actually take advantage of the smart light bulbs and use them as a gift for our father. These are awesome if you have anyone who is techie in your life. They're super, super cool and work with any of your smart devices. So I know it was a really, really nice Father's Day gift, but I could see it being Father's Day or birthday or Christmas or anything like that.
Oh yeah, it's on. Ooh, ooh, let's turn up the love. I've been dreaming about a life, a house, a dog, the whole shebang. I want you there right by my side, baby.
So I am one that really, really cleans the house before going on vacation, but I swear it doesn't matter how clean your house is. By day 2, the house has exploded. One, it's just having kids, but also like grocery shopping and everything, just the house gets crazy. So I just need to go around and really give everything a good clean and organize and tidy up. And that's just what I'm doing right now. Obviously, we get home and we cook right away, so the kitchen is always a mess. But this is actually the GoSun smart switch, not a smart switch, but it's like the power strip. This is really, really cool because I know we have a lot of electronics that you are only supposed to charge for like 2 or 3 hours. So once you connect it to the app, you can set all of these to be on timers. That way, if you need something to charge for 3 hours, because that's what they recommend, you can have it charged for 3 hours. So I really, really liked that about this, and it made it super, super easy. You're going to see more of this later on in the video, but if you are interested in GoSun, I also do have a link in my description.
I grew up and I'm bitter. 0 out of 3 now. Thought that I'd be quicker, but I'm heading out the way for sure. Said that you'd be waiting, and now it's been too long. Been too long. I wish that we could turn back time, back to all of those nights when I knew you were mine. I miss when we were teenage girls and our tomboy t-shirts. When life was good and the worn out sneakers. When we were fine about the complications. Those were the days in the tomboy t-shirts. I never said I was ready, but ready for what comes ahead. You said that you were with me. I wonder how we did for.
So here you can see Bobby setting up the new smart switches. These are really cool, and we liked them right here because these are the main lights we use in the house. So it's 2 dimmer switches and a regular switch. But what I like about these is I have them currently set to a timer to turn on when it about gets dark at night. That way the lights are automatically turning on and turning off. It's also a touch screen setup, so you just slide your finger on it to use the dimmers. Makes it super, super easy. I was also having fun teasing the boys the other day by telling our Google to turn the lights on and off, and they just thought that was the coolest thing. This does work with Google, Alexa, Siri, and a bunch of other smart devices. So pretty much any smart device you need, it will work on. And like I said, it's just very convenient. We are also very much into safety, so having our lights turn on and off at night, even if we aren't home, so people think we're home, is something we have always done. But we've always used those like big bulky timers that you have to plug in, and they're just a pain. So this just made it a lot easier. Now I'm working in my husband's car. This is a complete disaster. But like I said, we had just gotten back from vacation and the dogs were with family. So he went and picked the dogs up, and we have a Siberian Husky and St. Bernard, and they shed, especially in the car. They're not huge fans of car rides, so it's like a nervous shedding. So I wanted to get in here and really, really clean out his car because there was fur and slobber everywhere. This was a very long process, and I honestly don't even think I got it to 100%, but it looks way, way better. And I actually ended up going in again a couple days later to get even more fur out because it was just jam-packed. Every crease and crevice had dog hair.
I can do when you're walking in, I know it's true. It doesn't even matter how hard I try, 'cause when I hear your voice, my walls come down. Boy, you are the only thing I want. There must be a way I can make you see that if we fell in love, it will be so sweet. But when it's you and me, nobody can bring us down, bring us down.
As you can see, I'm using multiple different tools to try and get this out of the seats. I've tried a lot of different things, and when it's more minor with the fur, usually I can just use my little scraper tool and it grabs it all. However, this was so matted in there and there was so much of it. Using the power drill as well as the scraper, the shop vac worked really well for any of the big areas. So like I said, you're going to see a lot of different tools in here to try and get as much of this fur out as possible. You're also going to see in a little bit where the dogs were sticking their head out the window and got slobber all over the window. I say dogs, it was Bailey. Bailey is our St. Bernard, and yes, they slobber. But I will say they are so lovable. They are 100% worth the slobber and fur because they are giant teddy bears. And then Drake, our Siberian Husky, is just an old man. He is going on 12 years old and he is our old man, but we have had him for so long that he is our original baby.
I wanted it to be us now. Darling, if you knew how this would turn out, we let the stars shine bright. Yeah, I've been waiting too long for ya. I don't wanna love ya if you don't love me back.
This always surprises me how much the hair travels though, because Bobby had his seats down when the dogs were in the car, but it got on the seats as well. So you can tell it just moves through all the cracks and crevices, and like I said, literally gets everywhere. I was very happy he took his car. This is his winter beater, so it's a little bit older. It's not as nice as our two everyday cars, so I was glad all this fur wasn't in my car, but either way, I wanted to make sure his car wasn't jam-packed full of fur and slobber and just grossness. Here you can see this is obviously the window that Bailey had his head out the most. I was trying to get the best angles to show you all the slobber on it. Luckily, windows are super easy to clean. I love using the Spray Away World's Best Window Cleaner. This is always my go-to. It works amazing. And then just a basic microfiber cloth. I've never found anything that works better. I've tried a bunch of other ones, but this stuff, I feel like I never have to worry about any streaks or anything to get everything nice and clean. So I get this at Walmart. And like I said, it's my personal favorite. I love the Spray Away brand just in general. They also have a stainless steel cleaner, and it is bomb. It is so, so good.
Me burning. You just have your ways to get me high. You make all my dreams come true. It feels right when I'm around you. We could break up and then make up. I always come back to you. You move me in a way never thought anyone could. You get me high. You're my drug when I'm feeling blue. Yeah, it's all you, 'cause you're the one. Yeah, the one. Yeah, you're the one. Yeah, the one. You touch me in a way that makes me shiver. Sometimes I can't believe that you are mine. Love's a gun and baby, you're my trigger. You kiss me in a way that gets me high. You make all my dreams come true. It feels right.
So this is actually a couple days later. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have known Freya actually came down with a fever. She had a fever for 2 days. And she is currently teething, so she is still very clingy and whiny, but at least the fever broke. All my kids get fevers when they're teething, but it made it where I was pretty much stuck on the couch with her for 2 straight days, and even still now, she's not wanting to do much just because she doesn't feel well. So this is a couple days later of me just straightening up the rest of the house.
Yeah, you're the one, babe. Yeah, you're the one. Yeah, you're the one, babe. Yeah, you're the one. Ooh. 'Cause you're the one. Yeah, the one. Yeah, you're the one. Yeah, the one. 'Cause you're the one. Yeah, the one. Yeah, you're the one. Yeah, the one.
So I don't know if you guys ever have these really hard areas to clean on your height chair if you have children, but I do. Whenever she eats anything like a sandwich or banana, or I don't know, there's always things that get really squished, usually under her butt. The Steam Shot is amazing for that. It gets everything off so well. For the most part, I can get the whole chair clean with just some thieves cleaner and a microfiber cloth. However, the seat's always horrible and so difficult to clean. So highly recommend, if you have a Steam Shot, use your Steam Shot on it. It works so well.
You, I know it's alright to read my mind, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got style, the way your body makes my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life. Oh, I want you.
So I often don't show cleaning this top shelf, and honestly, it's because I forget about it. I will clean the main TV stand, the sides, and just honestly always forget about this top shelf. And I think it's because, one, it's higher up there, and two, I have to get the ladder out, so it just doesn't always happen. However, on this day, I really wanted to remember, so I got up there and dusted it off really well. It was pretty bad. I don't know if you noticed in the shot when I was taking stuff off, you could see all the rings from the dust compared to where things were. So it definitely needed a really good cleaning, as well as the plants on top and everything on top needed a dusting as well. So I'm just dusting everything off, and then I'm going to go in with a horsehair brush on my vacuum. Talking about vacuums, people always ask about my handheld vacuum. It is a Roborock H6. You can get it on Amazon as long as it's in stock. I know for the longest time people haven't been able to find it, but that is what it is. It's the Roborock H6. But I bought 3 different horsehair brushes. That way I can use them on different areas of the house and not feel like I'm contaminating one area to the next. But they work really well for cleaning off any silk plants.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. You're the traveling kind. It's a known fact. Yeah, I know that. Once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means that you'll come home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your heart, I hope I'll be your destination.
So I have mentioned needing to replace the basement door because Drake, our husky, had eaten a hole in the back of it. You guys have probably seen that before. So I had finally found a barn door at Menards that I really liked. So I just wanted to get it unpacked and stained. That way me and my husband can work on it when we have time. Unfortunately, I didn't get to show it up in this video. Like I said, with Freya being sick and everything, a lot of things just didn't go as originally planned. But I still wanted to show you a little sneak peek of it and me staining it. It is so pretty, and I think it's going to look so good up. I honestly still don't have it up, and I'm hoping this weekend we'll be able to hang it because I think it's just going to add a lot of character. Like I said, we have to replace that door anyway, so why not replace it with something that's going to be a little bit different than what's in everyone else's house and give the house a bit of character. It really didn't cost any more than buying a regular door. So it, to me, just made sense to do this, add some character, and get exactly what we wanted in the house. Like I said, we're also thinking about resale, and we live in a neighborhood where they're still building a lot of homes, but they're all builder grade. So me and my husband both have been thinking if we can do minor updates that makes our house feel less builder grade, we'll be able to compete more with the brand new homes that are all builder grade.
the traveling kind. It's a known fact. Yeah, I know that. I hope I'll be your destination. I hope I'll be your life-changing sensation. I hope I'll be something that you won't let go. I'll be your high when you fall down low. I hope I'll be your destination. Left the window open if you come home at night.
I'm then just mopping my floors. I'm using my favorite way of mopping, which is with my old cedar spin mop, hot water, and powdered Tide. It's only about a teaspoon of powdered Tide, but after I found this combination, I absolutely love it. I think it always gets my floors super clean and streak free, which is one of my biggest thing, is not having all those streaks. Also, if you're wondering about my slippers, they are mop socks. I always get asked about these. I like them because then if I walk on the wet part of the floor, I don't get little footprints because they are microfiber socks, and they just make life so much easier.
Before it's all too late. Too late. Too late. Too late. I know that you got the message. I open up to you. You've been talking about it, but I couldn't bear to hear it. This song that never seems to end. No, it's not for me. Our time may have come, so let it be. Don't you care for me? Oh, guide me somewhere I will find a place.
Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, share it because that always helps my channel out, and leave a comment below. All of those things are huge just signs to YouTube to help promote my channel and videos, and I really appreciate when you guys do it. So thank you to everyone that does that every week. You guys really help me out, and you are the reason I am able to do this and stay home with my kids and be able to still support my family. So thank you guys so much. Also, if you're new here, I would love if you would subscribe. We are going to be doing a lot more little home updates, like I said, before we sell. Want to just make sure this house is top deal when it goes and hits the market, to make our moving process super easy. Also, if you guys are interested in GoSun, definitely check out my link in the description below. Like I said, it's super cool. I love all the smart options on it, but it also just makes really good gifts for any techie person in your life. My husband has been obsessed with it. He's a super techie guy, as well as his dad, so definitely check that link out in my description below. But I will see you next time. Bye! Hey Google, turn off lights.
Let me tell you this, let me tell you right now, your exquisite kiss, still burning, didn't know I missed this passion in life, now I'm addicted somehow. Let me tell you what is up with your smile, it's impossible, not melting, irresistible, when I look through your eyes, not even sky's the limit. I used to be satisfied, stayed over the surface, now I just can't get enough. You make me feel good like no other. I just want everyone to see what I've discovered. And when I'm with
Hello Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. Also, welcome if you are new. I am so happy you guys picked my clean with me to get you guys up and motivated today. In today's cleaning video, we are doing a whole lot of cleaning on my main floor. Some regular cleaning, a bunch of deep cleaning, and just trying to get everything done. I'm starting out in my kitchen. I always like to start in my kitchen because for us, it definitely is the heart of the home. We also have a very open concept house, so if my kitchen is dirty, everything looks dirty because you literally walk in my front door and you see my living room, dining room, kitchen. Like, it is completely open, as you can see. So I'm going to go around and get some of the basic cleaning done, but then we're going to go into more in-depth cleaning throughout the house as well. I did get a new cleaning tool this past week that I'm showing you guys as well. I'm really excited. I can't even remember where I saw it. It may have been an infomercial, honestly. But I saw it and I needed a new Steam Mop anyway. Mine was starting to just go. I've had it for years now, and I'm really excited to show you the new one because I am pretty in love with it.
Everything behind, knowing there is more in life that I want. Now I wanna embrace life, you and I side by side, knowing there is more in life that I want.
So with doing more of a deep cleaning, I wanted to take everything off the counters. I do this probably about once every other week, that I actually remove everything from the counters and really wipe down the counters extra well and the backsplash, everything like that. But especially with us getting closer and closer to the holidays, I like to make sure everything's been really deep cleaned because if you've been following my channel for a while, you know our family absolutely loves Christmas. Like, well before YouTube was a thing, we go all out. My parents always treated our house like a Hallmark house, and my husband's parents always did the same for him growing up. So we, with our family, go all out. Christmas is big, and I love having that Hallmark house. But with that, it makes it a lot harder to deep clean when all that stuff is out and about and everything. So before the holidays, I like to do as much of a deep clean in the house as possible. That way, for the 2 months that our house is decorated for Christmas, it is not getting horrible until the new year when I can take everything down and do another thorough deep cleaning. So I'm just going around making sure everything gets hit really well. It will get done again right before decorating, but this way I'm not stressing out about having too much out and about. So I am making sure I already did our bedroom the other week, and I'm gonna have to go and do the kids' bedrooms coming up here soon because we do decorate their rooms. Not as much, but we do like to decorate their rooms for the holidays as well and make sure everything has been shampooed and dusted from top to bottom and everything like that.
I get on your ride, driving on the sidelines. We will never stop looking for the bright light. And if you're lighting up my way, I'll be your still break of day. I don't wanna close my eyes. It's gonna be a short night, baby, don't you wake me up. It's gonna be a short night, and if you feel like this, sing it.
Now in the sink, I just used some of the pink stuff. You guys have seen me use that before. I really enjoy using the pink paste, and actually all of the products from the pink stuff I've really enjoyed. So I was just using that in the sink with my new Scrub Daddy. I will say I've been using the Scrub Daddy now for a couple of weeks, and I do think it holds up a lot better than the generic version from the dollar store. So I'm really glad I went and got that just to try it out, because it does work well. Like, for a while I'm like, really, is this little sponge with a face in it going to make that big of a difference? But I really do think it does. And then wiping everything down, I'm just using my thieves cleaner, and like I said, just going around getting the areas that I don't touch on a daily basis, like the top of these canisters, the coffee maker, things like that that often get forgot. This is when I like to go around and get all those different areas as well. Now, if you're wondering what's on my stove, I had made pasta the night before and the water had overflowed. So that's all that is. So I'm just spraying it down with the thieves cleaner, letting it sit, and then going into my microwave. My microwave doesn't get horribly dirty because I try and keep up with it, but it did need a quick, I like to honestly take my vacuum in it to get any of the big stuff out and then wipe it out. I do this with my oven as well, because often there's just some dried food particles or things like that I can just go in and quickly vacuum it. That way when I go in and wipe it all out, it's not getting my rag completely dirty. And then I'm just going in with the Pink Stuff Cream Cleanser. I really enjoy this stuff. Like I said, I enjoy all the Pink Stuff different cleaning products. However, if you are new here, I change up my cleaning products all the time because I find it to be more enjoyable if I'm not using the same stuff every single time. Cleaning can often feel repetitive, especially as a mom. So I enjoy the pink stuff. I enjoy using Barkeeper's Friend sometimes. And then the Mrs. Meyer's cream cleanser I really enjoy as well, especially because of the fragrance in it. And then just to shine it up, I use the Spray Away glass cleaner. This is still one of my favorite glass cleaners, and I use it on pretty much everything. Now, because I was doing a lot on this day, I used my Thieves cleaner on almost everything. This is one thing I recommend if you are doing a lot of cleaning. Get a really good multi-purpose spray. That way, for the most part, you're just using the one bottle all over your house. Like, I know I could be using a stainless steel cleaner and then a granite cleaner and then a wood cleaner and then a this and then a that. But it does add to the workload, where on this day, I knew there was so much I wanted to get done that I just grabbed for my Thieves cleaner. I love the smell of it. I love the way it cleans, and I can use it on pretty much every surface of my house, and it does a really good job. And then in with my vacuum, you guys always ask about my stick vacuum. This is the Roborock H6. I don't believe you can get the H6 anymore, but they do now have out the H7. I really enjoy this stick vacuum. It's worked really well for me, and with us having two massive furry dogs, I am vacuuming constantly. So having a convenient, easy to use vacuum is very important in my book.
Came from, I don't know what you did to my heart. You touched my soul like a phantom, and you did it right from the start. Like nobody is watching what we're doing, like nobody is watching us, like nobody is judging while we're dancing. We're dancing till we get lost. We're dancing till we get lost. We're dancing till we get lost. Follow you, the only thing I want.
So I tried to get as good of a shot of my sliding glass doors as possible. These doors get so dirty between the dogs and honestly Freya. they just get really bad. So I am just quickly cleaning this down. I got these new extensions for cleaning the windows, which has been huge. You guys know I used to not clean the top of this all the time purely because I had to get out a step ladder to get up there, and it just wasn't really convenient that every time I cleaned this door, especially since usually the bottoms are what got really dirty, for me to do that. So I got these extensions. That way I could clean the whole door without getting out a ladder. I'm fairly short. I'm only 5'3", so it's kind of difficult to clean certain areas. And then I really wanted to clean the track of this door. As you can see, it gets really full of dirt and dog hair just from the kids and the animals going in and out of the house. So I'm just going in, vacuuming out as much as possible, and then going in with the pink stuff paste again with my not robot but my like power toothbrush cleaner. This thing works really well. Also, if you guys ever have wonders about some of the cleaning products I use, I try and link everything in my Amazon store, and that is linked in my description. If it is not in my Amazon store, feel free to comment because I do sometimes forget, and I will throw that in my Amazon store so that it is there. But always check there first. If I can link it, I try to link it all right there to make it really easy for you guys.
Cause it looks like you're a fallen angel, and wherever you have been now, baby, I don't wanna know, don't wanna fight, just wanna stay in this paradise. If only for a minute longer. Just wanna stay. So come on, baby, and hurt me. Let's see what you got. Hurt me, touch me, feel me. Doesn't matter what we'll be. Still been through a lot. Hurt me, touch me, feel me. 'Cause it feels.
And then this is my new wall cleaner that I got. I do have this linked in my Amazon store, and last time I checked it was back in stock. I know the first time you guys saw this in our master bedroom when I was cleaning and it was out of stock. Last I looked, it is back in stock, but I'm just going around and I'm using the blue pad just to dust everywhere, which this has made cleaning the top of your door frames so much easier. Those always get so dusty, and once again they don't get done all the way because I have to pull out a step ladder, and this makes it that I can go from floor to ceiling. I can get the baseboards, I can get the door frames, and then any cobwebs that may be hiding up in the corners on the top of the ceiling all cleaned off. And then I go in with my yellow pad, and I use about a cup of vinegar and maybe a tablespoon of Dawn in some really hot water to wash the walls. Biggest thing with this is you want to make sure you wring out the pad really, really well, because you don't want the water to be dripping on the walls. You just want it wet enough to really scrub stuff off. If you guys don't know, we have a St. Bernard. St. Bernards, Mastiffs, dogs like that are known for being drooly, and Bailey is no different. So often we get like drool marks on our walls, and I have to clean them fairly regularly. This just makes it a lot easier. Instead of just doing like one little area from him getting drool on it, I can go out and do the entire wall. It also just makes the paint look so much fresher. Like, I thought I was for sure gonna have to repaint and get a fresh coat of paint, but after doing a good thorough floor to ceiling cleaning, I feel like our walls look practically brand new.
Is this paradise? So come on, baby, and hurt me. Let's see what you got. Hurt me, touch me, feel me. Doesn't matter what we'll be. Still been through a lot. Hurt me, touch me, feel me. 'Cause it feels like paradise.
And then you're going to see me coming in with my rag and my thieves cleaner. These are just in some of the like more cracked areas that the cleaner has a hard time getting on because it's a large flat surface. And I'm just going in and just touching up those couple little areas. There weren't many, but there were a couple areas that I couldn't get with this. So I just wanted to go in with just my rag and everything. It also obviously for like light switches and things like that, it's just easier to go in with a rag and cleaner to get them really good. And with the kids being in school, I swear, whenever the kids go back to school, there's always so much extra germs and stuff in the house that I try and keep things like doorknobs, light switches, more thoroughly clean than maybe in the summer.
Everything is alright. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be that someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be with you. 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 All that time away from you, I didn't think I'd make it without you by my side. Let me feel your love again. Just the two of us, and we could stay up all night, kissing under streetlights, doing what we want to, doing what we need to do, staying up all night.
I also wanted to do a close-up of my Bissell carpet shampooer. I'm always getting questions about this. This is the Bissell Revolution, the pet version, because pets, I love this thing. It's the only one I've ever had, so I'm not real good to compare it to other carpet shampooers, but this has always worked really, really well for us. And I actually use the OxiClean carpet shampoo solution when I shampoo my carpets. I think that works the best. And with these rugs being right by the sliding glass doors, they get really, really dirty. Like I said, the dogs go out that door to use the bathroom and whatnot, so they track in mud and grass and everything. So these rugs I try and stay on top of so that they stay looking nice. And I also don't want my house to smell like animals. I love our animals. They are literally family members to us, and I don't know what I would do without animals in our house. I've always had them growing up, and I see having animals in our house till we're old and gray and can't handle them anymore. But with that, I like a clean and tidy house. I don't want someone to come into my house and be like, oh, they're dog owners. So I do try and stay on top of cleaning the carpets, cleaning the furniture, any fabric areas that can hold on to smells. Those are areas that I really, really focus on. Alright, so this is probably what I am most excited to show you. This is my new Shark Steam Mop. Like I said, I needed a new one anyway, but this one is so cool compared to the old version. It's got 3 modes on it, and then instead of just being a flat mop, it's got rotating pads, and the steam is created on its own compared to the old version where pretty much as you pushed it back and forth, you pumped the steam through it. I am obsessed with this. I feel like it works so much better because you have that scrubbing motion. And then on top of it, it has LED lights on the front so you can see a lot better the dirt and grime that you need to get up. Obsessed. I really wanted to share this with you guys because whenever I try something new and I really like it, I'm going to share it with you guys. And this is one that if you don't have a steam mop, or if you're like me and your steam mop was about to die, highly recommend looking into this new version because it is so good. I've used it all over the house and I absolutely love it.
Such a fool, such a fool, such a fool. Then we met all alone one night. You let boundaries down, alright, telling me that you're coming back. Almost gave me a heart attack.
And here you can see how dirty those mop pads get. And I mop fairly regularly. I think more than the average person just because of the kids and Freya crawling. I like to make sure everything is really clean. But after I was done mopping, I just wanted to put everything back. As you can see between the dogs and Freya, I always have someone by my side. I try to usually clean, especially when I'm filming when Freya's taking a nap. However, since I wanted to get so much done this day, it wasn't possible to do it all while she was napping. So once she did go down for a nap, because this was a little bit after, I did go into the family room, wanted to straighten everything up. I was actually planning on getting a lot more done this day, but we ended up having plans pop out of nowhere. So I got this room tidied up and things like that. And ended up having to go back the following day to finish up. But you'll see that in just a second.
Running in circles, circle of fools. Whatever we will miss, got nothing to prove. But in the dark, I'm starting to. Whatever they call us, whatever they'll do, we're running together. I'll be here for you. Whatever we will miss, we'll find something new. But in the dark, I'm starting to.
So I know I mentioned how much we love Christmas, and Halloween is the same thing. So in our house, usually, like, I handle decorating the inside when it comes to the holidays, and Bobby handles the outside. So our house for Halloween and Christmas is decked out from top to bottom. Not so much Halloween decorations inside, but definitely outside. We go all out. So we have the lights in the windows for Halloween and our little graveyard, and we do a lot. And I know it's a little over the top and intense, but it's something we always enjoy, and our neighborhood loves it. We get compliments every year, and people say that they can't wait till the holidays just to walk by our house, which kind of makes me sad because I know we'll be moving and I hate disappointing people. And I kind of feel bad because I know our neighbors know that we're planning on moving and are all getting really sad knowing that this is probably the last year of seeing our decorations. Normally do like face-to-face voiceovers, but I wanted to do a quick real-life situation. So it's the next day. Obviously I just did not get to deep cleaning the family room like I wanted to, so I'm going to do that today. But one thing you guys often don't see is it looks like everything I did yesterday is still in perfect condition when I start filming again today. That is not the situation, and let me show you. Here's the kitchen. As you can see, there's stuff that needs to be put away. I made banana bread last night. Well, banana muffins. There's stuff out from that. I got the muffin pans clean, but have to be put away. Pan from yesterday still has to be done. Don't ask me why that's not in the dishwasher. Dog thing. Dining room. Bobby went shopping for some more Halloween stuff and showed me after he got home from work. So he got this fog skull pile thing. So that. We got a new Christmas decoration. A little rest in peace thing. I was doing laundry last night, so the laundry basket's out. And then here's the family room. Like, yes, you saw this all clean. But here's the thing. My thought is when I start refilming, so I don't want to bore you guys with cleaning on film the stuff I already cleaned. So normally what I will do is everything that I cleaned yesterday, I'll quickly tidy up those rooms, quickly tidy up the family room again, and then I'll get into the actual deep cleaning that I wanted to get done yesterday but couldn't get to it, and that's what I'm going to do today. I'm doing this because I feel like you guys need more transparency and more like what it's really like, because the YouTube smoke and mirrors, as motivating as it can also be very like discouraging because it looks like my house is always perfect. And it's not. Like, this has to be done daily because we live here, we have kids, I cook, I do everything. So, real life. So, I'm going to quickly tidy up the house, and then we're going to get into cleaning the family room, deep cleaning the family room like I wanted to. Alright, so here we are, back to pretty much where we were yesterday. So this doesn't take me long to do a quick tidy up, when it's just a quick tidy up. You can see the clock, 11:27. I'll have to look and see what it said when I showed this before. But just a quick tidy up of everything. And now I'll get into deep cleaning this room. And I have the robot vacuum vacuuming this room because they don't stay clean for long. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoy a little bit more of a behind the scenes, because in this situation, pre-cleaning isn't to like make me look a certain way. It's purely, I just don't want to bore you guys with the same stuff that I did yesterday. But it all has to be done every day. It's just what deep cleaning projects are on my list for the day. But these ones, along with the children, really? That did not just happen. So, yeah, was not expecting that to happen when filming that. The joy of animals sometimes. But this is one reason I love my Quantum. You guys don't see it all the time, but I use my Quantum on a regular basis, and this is one of the reasons I do love it, is if there is an accident, especially when I catch it fresh like this, I will pour a cup of water over it and then take my Quantum and literally just suck it up. Now, I was planning on cleaning these carpets, so normally if I was spot cleaning, I would then go in with my Folex and clean it. However, I knew I was bringing the carpet shampooer out, so I just did that real quick to get the big stuff up. Figured the carpet shampooer would do the rest of it. I also recently had someone recommend taking the cushions out and washing these in the washing machine. Okay, I tried. This was such a pain to try to get off. I knew there was going to be no way I was going to be able to get it back on. So I think I'm going to stick with my traditional, just using my carpet shampooer to clean my sofa, because those things are like in there, and they're in there good. I knew if I couldn't get it off by that putting them back on was going to be such a struggle. So I ended up just going in and cleaning under the couch. As you can see, it gets really dirty between snacks from the kids and dog hair and everything like this. So I'm not going to be shampooing it today. It does need to be done, but I definitely wanted to get a really good vacuuming of everything. Plus, I like to rotate my cushions. That way they wear more evenly.
Sun, under the sun, I'll be fine and you'll be gone when nothing's like home. I'm going for the gold, turning off the cruise control and take the long way home. Only days left in despair, air is getting heavier, but I do my best to breathe. But I do my best to breathe. So green and filled with this. Life is so much more than this. So where do you go when nothing's like home? I'm going for the gold, turning off the cruise control.
I also think people get confused sometimes with my hand vac. So this is still just the Roborock H6. It just has different attachments, so I can use it on my stairs, on my furniture. I just take the poles off and use the handheld portion of it, but it is still my stick vacuum, just in smaller form.
My eyes and hands, but you don't even hear my call, and you make me wonder who I am. Do you know what I see? I see myself cry and say you won't be mad. Do you know what I feel? I'm sick of all your lies. Just say you want me, say you want me bad.
Now I wanted to finish cleaning the walls this day, so I'm just moving a bunch of the stuff to the center of the room. That way I can go around and clean the walls easier. And then I also just wanted to dust down the TV stand really well. Once again, just my thieves cleaner, keeping it really basic and easy this time around. As you'll see, the lighting goes in and out. On day 2, our weather was fairly stormy, so every once in a while the sun would peek through, but most of the day it was fairly dark and gloomy outside.
We can compete with speed of sound, 'cause heart is too hard to predict. You should admit, slowly things will come around. I'm still waiting for you to say it, say it. Do you know what I see? I see myself cry and say you won't be mad. Say you know what I feel. I'm sick of all your lies. Just say you want me. Oh, say you want me back. Oh, say you want me back. Just say you want me. Say you want me back. You know what I see? I see myself across. You know what I feel? Do you know what I feel? I'm sick of all your
Oh, I did have a question I wanted to answer on here, because I've had a bunch of people asking this. They ask, they see Drake in a harness. Drake is our husky. So Drake is an escape artist. In our old house, we had a fence in our backyard, and we still had to chain him up outside because he would either dig under or jump over our fence. And a regular collar does not work for him. So he does wear a harness all the time purely because to put it on and off him throughout the day is just a pain. And it doesn't bother him at all. It doesn't bother his fur, his skin, or anything, because if it did, we would definitely be taking it off. But since it doesn't bother him, he honestly wears a harness just like any dog would wear a collar. It has his tags on it, has absolutely everything. And don't mind me, I was just in a mood, obviously, to knock down all the pictures. You're going to see this again later. And I do end up straightening out that picture. I noticed while editing this that was still very crooked. And it stayed crooked for a little bit. It wasn't until I went and sat down for the day and I looked over and I was like, that is still not straight. And I had to fix it.
Saying what's ain't easy. I know you can't talk to me, but I hope you realize you're playing with fire. You were my one and only until you left me lonely. I guess stop to care. You have done it now, left me on the ground. This is it, I won't come back. If we don't stop, if we don't go, I'll be left alone every night when you go. Sitting by myself, going crazy like all the time. If we don't stop, if I don't go, I'll be left alone every night when you go. And I hope you realize, playing with the fire, like a different game. 'Cause I don't think that you don't care. Starting you on my own, 'cause I don't need you. Hold me like a different game. 'Cause I don't think, but you're so bad. Starting you on my own, someone just take me away. Ooh, hey. You're playing with the fire. If we don't stop, if we don't go, I'll be left alone every night when you go. Sitting by myself, going crazy like all the time. If we don't stop, if I don't go, I'll be left alone every night when you go. And I hope you realize, playing with the fire.
Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope it motivated you to get something done in your house, if it's a decluttering project, a deep cleaning project, or maybe you just had to get some dishes done. I hope this gave you the motivation to get up and get all the things you wanted to accomplish today accomplished. If you are new here, I hope you would consider subscribing and joining me and my family here on this channel. Also, if you guys wouldn't mind to leave a comment down below. Like I said, like this video, share it with a friend. Those are all things that really help out my channel. And for my returning subscribers that do that every week, just know I see you, I recognize you, and I try to respond to as many comments as possible. So I really, really, really appreciate each and every one of you that I see honestly giving me so much support every single week. You guys, I say it all the time, and I probably know it gets annoying after a while, but you guys are truly appreciated, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!